Okay, so we're back doing yet another killer tier list.
Whoa.
The second edition, the definitive edition. Now, the original tier list was purely for the love of the game, but then it banged, so this one is for views. I'm just kidding. I'm mostly kidding. It's been a while, and I'm sure our opinions have changed a lot. We also have several new killers added to the roster, and a year of added experience. So we've changed things up a bit in regards to the tiers this time around. So instead of Singularity tier, this year we have...
That's right, he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Oh, it's like he's in the room with us. Instead of yippee! Sorry, I did the impression that time. We have...
Jesus Christ. What must my neighbours think? Whoa! That was... Wait, hang on, let me try again. Whoa! There we go, perfect.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, let's go! That's class!
Oh, God,
That
right.
was spot on.
Next one.
I mean, it's alright.
Then we have...
Boring.
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 And finally...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And then at the bottom here we have a little picture of Kurt Angle. This is in place of instant DC, which we were always a bit on the fence with because we don't DC. Because we're not arseholes.
Because we're respectable human beings.
Exactly. So when did you last watch our original tier list?
When did it come out?
Like February?
Yeah, then. So I don't remember what we put where, which is probably good.
We made a point of saying this originally, is that our opinions change day by day. So nothing
Day by
here is
daylight.
going to be the...
Sorry.
Okay, so without any further ado, let's just get into it. Trapper. What do you think about Trapper?
I mean, it's alright. He's the mid of the mid.
He is the mid. He is the face of Dead by Daylight, I guess, but he doesn't really do much.
No, I still think he's not amazing.
He is your starter killer. He's just the first one when you load in. You lose half the game setting up traps. Unless you're like pro Trapper. But is anyone pro Trapper? Well, yes. But like, Trapper's a very boring killer to be the best at.
You got to play the long game with him.
You really do.
You've got to lose 3 gens to get a couple traps and maybe set basement up.
But if you know what you're doing, you could just destroy the entire team.
Well, when we were playing Chaos Shuffle and one of us was Trapper, kept getting traps over and over and over again. And that was quite satisfying.
Do you mean 2v8?
Ah, fumbled it.
He misspoke! He misspoke!
He misspoke! Ah!
Yeah, 2v8 was fun with Trapper, because you can kind of corner people towards traps, but
Yeah, that's why, yeah, exactly.
but when you're just solo Trapper, you kind of just have to hope that they're not that observant. You are quite observant, you're more observant than me.
If you have eyes and the map's not pitch black,
Mm.
he's kind of just countered just from that.
Yeah, if you get him on, like, Boneyard or something.
Or Coldwind. Coldwind's rough for him.
There are some devious Trappers. We spoke about this one, I remember we spoke about this one in the last tier list, but Endgame Trapper.
That is evil, and we have versed a few of them.
Noed blocking the exit gates.
You think you've just absolutely rinsed him, and then, come endgame, his plan's in motion. At the end of the day, though, when you're versing him, it's alright.
It's alright. And I find that like 90% of Trappers are newcomers to the game, just because he is the first killer. So in our experience, more often than not, it's alright. Now, Wraith.
I'm going to be so biased on this one.
I expect nothing less.
This is the one killer I actually play. If I need to play killer for any reason, challenges or events or whatever, Wraith's my go-to. I love him. But playing against him, oh, let's go, that's class!
Do you
He needs to
think?
go there. Yeah, I like him. I'm not particularly fond of versing stealth killers, because some of them, we won't name names yet, but they are aids to go against. But Wraith actually seems balanced.
It's weird, because you look at the later killers, and they are so strong now. But Wraith is one of the strongest killers, and he's from very early on. Like, yeah, I think he's balanced, but when I load into a game with a Wraith, I'm not going to lie, I get cooked. A lot of the time, I get cooked. Maybe that's just me. Maybe
He's
I'm just
good.
shit.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, thanks. Alright, you want to put him in class?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright then, Hillbilly. I had a Hillbilly game this morning, and I cooked him.
What did it make you say?
It didn't make me say, whoa!
Jesus Christ.
Or, oh, let's go, that's class. I'm going to be so boring. I think I maybe went, I mean, it's alright.
Yeah, he's not boring.
You don't see him much anymore. As much. But that might just be because of the oversaturation of other killers, which we'll get to.
Stick him in the middle.
I mean, it's alright. That's fair. Again, I must say, some of these we might not have a lot to say about at all. If you don't like it, leave.
Kill yourself.
I don't think that can go in. Nurse.
We haven't versed a nurse for ages.
I did yesterday.
Oh, well, thoughts?
It wasn't very fun. It wasn't very fun. I gave it the runaround. I enjoy versing nurse. I'm going to say, I think it's class when I load into a game with a nurse, because I know that there is potential for some of the greatest whiffs I've ever seen in my life. That is something that I think Hillbilly is missing. When I see that chainsaw coming at me, it's kind of already over. I'm not good at versing Billy. There we go. I've said more about him in the nurse category than I did in the Hillbilly category.
I'm gonna argue she should be in Woo.
Okay, do you know what? I agree.
We rarely verse her, and when we do, it's like an event.
Yeah, and it's fun.
It's such a different experience.
Yeah. When she blinks and you run sort of through her, that's the best feeling. It's the best feeling ever. I love versing a good nurse. No, I don't. I love versing a bad nurse.
No, that's what's good about it, though, because it's a 50-50 chance they'll either be completely new at playing her and have no idea what they're doing, or they'll have like 9,000 hours.
That's it. It is 50-50. A lot of killers, you can kind of stereotype as being, oh, clown players are shit. I'm not saying clown players are shit.
They are.
Maybe they are. Maybe you'll have to skip to the clown part of the video to see what I have to say about clown. But nurses are really 50-50. And if they're bad, you have so much fun. And if they're good, you kind of have to take a step back and be like, fair play, you've earned that. Because she is a hard killer to master. So I'm happy to see her in the Woo category.
Woo! Woo!
Oh.
Michael!
Evil dies tonight!
Right, okay. When you first see him, it's funny because he's just staring at you in the distance.
Yeah, there's nothing scary about it initially. You see him and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, Michael game.
If it were real life and you saw him staring at you from down the street, you'd be a bit scared. In a video game, it's hilarious. He's just kind of stood there, idle animation.
Blank expression.
Completely blank expression. And then, what happens next is the decider, because he could be a beast.
I'd put him in, that's class.
It's either class or Woo for me. Because do you know what? When a Michael is funny as well, they're really funny. That's another thing that we should be considering, is some killers have humour, and some of them are completely humourless. I have played against some very funny Michaels. They just like goof around. That's what I like to do as killer. I like to have fun with it. Occasionally, a Michael will let you go, if you're the last survivor. Also, occasionally, a Michael will run no-ed.
Bro, you're playing Michael, you have an insta-kill already. You don't need to.
Save it for the tier list.
You have an insta-kill already. Waste of a perk slot. And it's annoying.
Exactly, yeah. You could use another perk and have a better chance at winning the game just through being better at the game. But no, you just put no-ed on at the end. It's a self-report. No-ed is a self-report. That's why I'll never run it.
Yeah, it's just cheap.
If you need no-ed to get a 4K...
to play against.
Exactly, and very often, you don't get a 4K when you run no-ed. Because you're down one person, and the other
down
three...
one person, camp them, and then everyone else gets out. That's it.
The second that first person hits the ground, everyone's like, oh, no-ed.
See ya.
No-ed is detrimental to the killer, if anything.
Put the perk no-ed in, oh brother, this guy stinks.
Oh, should we do a tier list of all of the perks in the game?
I would kill myself. There are too many. Oh my god.
I'm going to put him in Woo.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also just because I like Halloween. And he is silly, and stunning him's funny because he goes, oh,
Oh!
oh. Hag. Now, I shocked myself because I did rewatch a bit of our original tier list this morning, just like the first 10 minutes. And when we got to Hag, I turned around and said, oh, Hag's my killer main. Just goes to show you how much can change in a year. Because I haven't touched Hag, maybe, since that video we recorded. I have no loyalty to her whatsoever. I think she's fine.
Yeah, we've just not played her for a while.
No, and I think she's kind of slipped under the radar now, in that there are a lot of killers that are much more fun and a lot stronger than her.
She used to be cool because she could teleport about, but there's now a dozen other killers that can teleport quickly around the map. So she's not really special anymore.
Exactly, and those other killers have additional powers. Hag doesn't really have that. She sort of just has teleport. And you can counter her teleport quite easily if you're just being observant. You don't even need flashlights to get rid of the traps now.
A lot like Trapper. I think that's where she should join him.
Join Trapper in the... I mean, it's alright.
Yeah, right in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like putting her in boring would do her a bit of a disservice. If there was a tier between these two, I would maybe put her there. She's just... I don't know. She needs revitalizing a little bit.
Yeah, little bit of a rework.
Doctor. I feel like you're going to have a lot to say about Doctor.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT! He was my first killer main, so I like him a lot. I like versing him because... It might just be because I know what he's up to more, because I've played as him.
Playing as them gives you a slightly different perspective. And I want to say, when I get to the ones that I really like, I want to say that I'm not biased because I've played as them. But it does...
It makes you more biased.
Yeah, but the information does help you when you're playing against them, because you know what they're like to control.
Which makes it more fun.
Exactly. And Doctor, I'd agree. I've played a lot of Doctor as well, and he is quite strong.
He's good. He's good on loops. He's got good tracking potential. His
powers can be a little frustrating as a survivor, because sometimes they can be really strong. Like, they can really hinder your progression for a while.
I like the way that he switches up how you have to, like, because you really have to pre-drop pallets or drop them later and keep baiting his shock out.
Yeah.
It just switches out your playstyle in Chase.
Yeah, it's unique. It's still unique. Now there are, 38 killers, and he still stands out.
Doc's a bit unique in that. I don't think any other killers have really added to or copied what he did.
And that's why I think he's going to remain a favourite for a lot of people for a while. I would be content putting him in the woo.
Yeah.
My initial thought was class. I know you think he's the GOAT. I don't think he's the GOAT, but like...
No, we can compromise with woo.
So it's compromise. That's important in a relationship.
Pause.
Soft launch. Huntress.
Well, she's like Nurse because it's so different to play against her, but not to that degree.
More often than not, you get a Huntress, they're going to whiff. They're going to whiff a lot. When I close my eyes, I can picture hatchets going past me, like a meter to my right, a meter to my left, over my head. Just got to make them whiff enough times till they run out of hatchets, and then it's just like any other 110 killer. I think she's quite like Nurse in that if you get one that is really, really good, like it feels like they've got aimbot, you kind of have to take a step back and be like, oh yeah, fair play. Like, you've earned that. Because I don't play Huntress. I haven't played Huntress for years. Never succeeded as her.
I used to play her a little bit. She's fun to play.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not familiar with her playstyle, so I don't know how easy or difficult it is to land hatchets. But if a Huntress just demolishes me, I'm like, yeah, fair play.
I will say, some of the Huntresses we verse, they make a meal out of hitting hatchets. I remember when I played it wasn't as hard as they make it seem. Or we're really good. We could be awesome.
We could be awesome in the game. Yeah.
Probably not, though.
I've had so many Huntress games recently. Like, I've been sort of no-lifing the game for the last few weeks. And it feels like I'm constantly going against Huntress. Don't know why that is.
I think she should be put in the, oh, let's go, that's class tier.
I agree, because she is fun.
Because she is still fun, but not to the level of Nurse.
No, exactly. Why are there so many? Answer me that. Comments? Actually, this is just an open message. Stop playing Huntress.
Do something else.
I like playing against Huntress, but I'm getting tired. Billy.
Billy?
Oh, fuck.
He misspoke, yes! Yes!
Other Billy.
Yeah, more or less. I know where I want to put this fucking loser.
Come on, where?
You know what? There aren't even words for it.
No, you don't put him in the Kurt Angle tier.
Yeah.
Why?
When was the last time you enjoyed a game against Bubba? Exactly. Exactly. He's a goon.
Bubba, he feels like easy Hillbilly. I don't know. I don't know if that's a fair assessment.
No, it is. I think it is.
When I load into a game with a Bubba, I hear the chainsaw and I'm like, well, I'm going to be a gen jockey.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what? If not the bottom tier, this guy stinks.
Oh, I'm sure he stinks. I'm going to put him there because he must reek. It's not even for his playstyle, just because he actually stinks.
There are worse killers than him, so that's fair.
Oh, okay. Freddy's next. Now, you have not played this morning.
No.
So you haven't seen new Freddy.
What?
They changed Freddy.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't played as him.
This tier list's already out of date then. Not even in date as we're recording it. Excellent.
So his dream palettes and the snares and that, they weren't previously built in. Now they are.
Both of them?
Yeah. And the snares, he doesn't place snares anymore. He fires them at you.
What?
Almost like, you know, Dracula's line of fire or Pyramid Head's line of shit.
Oh.
I'm prepared to say I think it's a genius rework. He does feel recent. It feels exactly like if Freddy had been put into the game today rather than like 7 years ago or whenever he was put in. It's very fun. I know you can't speak for this.
Yeah, no, I can't comment.
I really, really like the newest rework. I know people are sort of in contest about it at the moment, but I quite like it. I do not think it will be his last rework.
Oh, no. No, he'll have another, 3 more.
So in terms of where you would place him, I have an opinion, but I'd like to hear yours.
Probably that's class.
I'm between class and woo! But is that recency bias?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Because I haven't played against Freddy in a while, and then this morning I had 3 games immediately post-rework, and I went woo every time. Another thing I'll say before we put him in place is that Freddys are known to tunnel. I don't think they inherently tunnel, but if you, say, escape chase with them 4 or 5 or 6 times, like I did this morning, then suddenly the game becomes really personal for some reason.
Were you flashlighting him?
No, not once. Freddys take it personally. If you make a Freddy whiff, because oh boy do they whiff, you're getting tunneled out of that game. I think there are a few killers that take things personally, and this is stereotyping a little bit. And I don't care. Just first and foremost, I don't care. I just wanted to get that out there. But I think, yeah, he is class.
Piggy.
Piggy! Oh, Piggy! I have had some games against Piggy recently. What are your thoughts?
Pig's fun, but it's never a killer I'm mega excited to play against. She's just kind of there for me. I've seen all the Saw films.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm a mega Saw fan. And
have you seen Spiral? Did we see that? Did we see that together?
No.
Oh.
Maybe. I might not have seen that one.
Spiral's the Chris Rock self-insert.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. Is that one any good? Should I watch it?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Well, there you go then.
I've always said, do you know what? If you're going to slap Chris Rock for anything, make it because of Spiral.
Put her in all right.
She's all right. Yeah. Previously, I'd have put her in class because I love the Saw franchise and I love Amanda and I love just the style and the concept of it.
Oh, I will say, going back to what you said about funny killers, Pig's in that list.
Oh yeah, you can
plays
boot
funny
this
as
new.
fuck.
I have got a little bit of PTSD just from this morning again because I played against a pig that had the add-on where you spawn in with a trap on your head and then she just proceeded to go around the boxes and tunnel everyone out. So yeah, there are some pigs out there that are not very nice. I like to play as her. I think I'm a nice pig player. But to play against, it could go either way. And unlike Nurse, if it goes badly, you won't have any fun. Oh, Clown.
Oh, the finger sucker.
I don't have a lot to say about him.
He probably stinks as well.
I'm sure he's... Should we just use this literally and just put ones
For all the killers that would smell.
The thing is, I'm sure Clown and Bubba both smell putrid, but their personalities also stink and their playstyles stink.
Yeah.
And the people who play them stink. Well. Generalizing. Yeah, but if you get angry by that statement, that means we're right.
You probably smell bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you don't, then we're not talking about you. But they do stink, and they do deserve to be in that tier. And also, clown's a pedo. Allegedly.
Should we rank them based on how likely they are to fiddle kids?
The go of nonsense.
Look, he's an expert in his field, okay? Spirit. I love Spirit. I started playing as her
Spirit's
recently.
good.
She is so much fun. And another thing is I never used to play the game with headphones on because I used to play it on console and just have it coming out my TV. Now I'm a PC
Me for
gamer.
real.
That is still you. But I'm locked in. I'm locked the fuck in. Playing Spirit, having headphones on, oh my god, you feel like a god. You feel like you're tapped in to your environment. And you sort of have to be to play that killer. And you'll be phasing around and you'll hear someone be like, huh? And you'll just burst out of your phase walk and just fucking smack them down. I love Spirit.
Well, yeah, I don't play with headphones on, so I get rinsed by spirits a lot. But she is fun.
She's very fun, and we rizzed her up in Hooked on You.
Oh, yeah! I forgot about that.
Yes!
You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait for long enough, it'll rise again.
Oh my god. I think she gets... should it be Woo?
Yes.
I think it should be. Yeah.
Absolutely yes.
Yeah, look at that. Going from a Woo killer to a... Boring!
Boring! There's no contest there. Surprisingly, a lot of Legion games lately, and I don't know what that's about, and I know we've had them together as well. We did a whole recording.
And they've all been boring.
Exactly, yeah, we did a whole recording a few weeks back, and 3 of the 5 games we played that morning were Legion, and none of them were content worthy.
Yeah, boring.
I think it's the Kate video took 3 recordings.
Because of Legion.
Because of Legion and just other sucky killers. The thing is with Legion is he just goes around and he hits everybody, and then you mend and it's like, oh, okay. Or, and I get this a lot as well, you load in and you've got a Legion who doesn't know how to play Legion.
They won't even use his power to hit everyone and like slow
Yeah.
down progress. They'll just like run after one person.
Literally, don't use his power at all.
It's like you might as well play Trapper at that point.
I don't know why people play Legion. I don't see the appeal to it. Originally, like around when I started playing the game and there were a lot less killers than there are now, he had something. He was the fun one because he vaults and he runs very fast. But Blight runs very fast. And Wesker vaults. And everyone can kind of do their own little thing. But everyone has their own fragment of what Legion was. And I say was because he's a has-been.
Yeah.
The party's over and he's still here. That's what it feels like.
When he first came out, he was one of the most pain in the arse. It took way longer to mend. He could down you in his power. So instead of getting stunned if he hits you again whilst you're in the with the mending status, he would just down you. He'd just hit you over and over, running after you at light speed. Pain in the arse.
That's too strong. He's obviously been nerfed now.
But now he's just boring.
Yeah, he doesn't really have anything going for him, so I would just say boring. I load into a Legion match, and I'm immediately thinking, oh, I wonder who the killer next game is going to be. So let's get on to Plague. I know you hated Plague around the time we last did one of these.
You think that's changed? Hell no, this brother guy stinks!
This guy stinks! Is it a this guy stinks, or is it Kurt Angle?
You know what, I think... Where did we put her in the other one? I think she might have been at the bottom for the other one.
Originally, we put her in instant DC.
Okay, I think... Yeah, not the bottom tier.
Not Kurt Angle.
She just stinks, yeah, because there are killers I'd hate worse. One coming up.
Yeah, that's fair. I've had a lot more Plague games recently. I think Plague is in the current tome, so there are gonna be lots more Plague games.
Maybe that'll make me think she's horrible again and worthy of the bottom tier, but at the moment, I'm just apathetic about her.
Yeah. I haven't played against her with you much in a while. So when she's few and far between, great. If I have 2 Plague games in a row, you know I'm shutting the game after that.
Yeah.
It's time to go for a walk. So I think she stinks.
Yeah, she does stink.
Ghostface. Let it all out.
I hate this guy. Oh man. oh, you want to play a stealth killer that's balanced? You can play as Pig, who has no terror radius and is fucking crouched, right? Just like Ghostface, except she has to charge an attack that makes a noise, so it's actually counterable. Wraith is actually fucking invisible, right? Actually invisible, and makes a noise to alert you, and then he can still surprise attack you or whatever. Like, it's very easy to get hits as both of those characters whilst you're stealthed, and then you do your, like, surprise attack. Ghostface can crouch like Pig. He's really short, so even if he isn't crouched, you could still not see him over a lot of stuff. He wears all black. He's like the same size as a survivor. And whilst he's got no terror radius, he can still just hit you. So that alone is like better than Wraith and Pig's stealth powers. On top of that, he has his stupid exposed thing, which I think this is a me problem still. You used to have your character looking at him to break him out of the stalk, and then it changed to just the camera. And like, I've tried to test this in games. Like, I've seen him crouched around a corner, and so I'll see him, I'll put him on my screen, and I'll carry on doing my gen. Doesn't work, I still get exposed.
That doesn't work.
I turn my character towards him, still doesn't work, I still get exposed. I want to know what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, so I've just Googled it, and it makes a bit of sense. You need him centered in your screen with a clear line of sight. So I think it is generally just sort of the camera thing. But if he is hiding behind a bush, you're not really going to get him. If you walk, and this is where I think I've been doing it, and it's been working, is where if I walk towards him, he does become more visible, like you see more parts of like his body.
But a system like that is going to end up being inconsistent because of the different maps and models and hitboxes on stuff. Like, he could be perfectly visible, but because of some strange hitbox on the map, it screws you over. It's just not fun. Put him in the bottom tier. I hate this guy.
What I think about is the railings in RPD. You know the outside gen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When he's
Stuff
stood
like
at the
that.
top of the railings, and if he's crouching, he can stalk you. You are not going to get a clear line of sight on him.
And that's why the system's stupid.
Yeah, and on top of that, Ghostface players are awful people. I hate them, man. And there are going to be some in the comments section being like, yeah, you just suck. But bro, you suck.
You're playing the game on easy mode.
It's literally the easy mode killer. Playing Ghostface is a self-report. If I load into a game and it's a Ghostface, my immediate thought is new killer.
Or they just like easy mode. They just want to have an easy game.
And on top of that, 80-90% of Ghostface players run no-ed.
Which is insane as well.
They are worse than Michael for it. It is insane. What that is saying is, I'm practically invisible. I'm using a killer whose entire power is insta-downing you. You're not going to see me. I have the upper hand times 1,000. And I'm still not good enough to get stalk on you. No-ed is such a self-report in itself, but playing no-ed on Ghostface
is wild. But you get them. You get them a lot, actually.
Because what will happen, and it's always at exit gates, you'll always be in the exit gate, and a Ghostface will come up to you and be like, oh, I have no-ed! It's like, bro, you could have sat by the exit gate and stalked. But what you've done is you've scurried over and been like, oh no, they're going to get away! And then you down someone, and they crawl out anyway.
Sounded like Miss Piggy then.
Kirby! Put the Muppets in Dead by Daylight.
They already have them. They're Ghostface players.
Basically, if you're a Ghostface player, I'm going to be constructive. Keep at it. Start looking at new perks as you grow up. Start looking at other killers. I think toxic personalities gravitate to Ghostface because he's so difficult to counter. There are some people who play the game just wanting to piss you off. And if that's you, fine, I guess. But also, like, go outside and touch grass at the same time, you know? There's more to life than this. That was a rant and a half. And it's all going in. On a brighter note, Demogorgon.
You know what? He's so rare. When was the last time we played against him?
I've had a few recently, but again, I have been no-lifing it.
Point absolutely destroyed.
No, he is rare, and he is exciting. I would even say woo.
Yeah.
He is class.
Yeah, I'd agree.
The way we've set this up is a little bit difficult, but like he is class, and when I see him, I do go woo. So, I'll just leave that to you.
The tiers are like how excited you are to verse them. when you realise who the killer is.
Yeah.
And I'd say woo.
I'm sure like the definition of what these tiers represent has changed even over the course of recording this video.
Realistically, it don't matter.
It don't matter. Literally.
It don't matter.
Oni.
Ooh, I do like Oni. Love the design, love the lore.
The power's fun.
The power's cool, yeah.
It's kind of more controllable Billy, but he has to earn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him a lot. But also versing him, it can be a bit annoying, so it's not a woo. I'd say it's a, oh, let's go, that's class.
The thing is, and I think this of Plague as well, is that it is down to the people that you queue with. Because with Plague, if survivors cleanse constantly, then she has her power constantly.
Yeah.
With the Oni, if the people you're playing with suck, then he has his power constantly. It's totally reliant on teamwork, so you can't really generalize the killers without generalizing the survivors too.
Put him in that class.
Yeah, and he is one that you don't see as often, really.
Yeah.
And I do have fun in chase with him as well. My little Oni was fun. Deathslinger. He has got a swinging jaw like a smackhead.
Always on the gun. We've had good games against him. I'm always happy to see him.
It's fun to see him, yeah. He's unique, I think, with the gun.
Yeah, it's good. He's a good ranged killer.
This is really boring. I don't really have any hard criticism.
No, I like him a lot. We've had good games against him. I remember we had a game on Coldwind. I don't remember if we got out or not, but oh my god. The chases against him were so much fun. So yeah, sometimes when they keep missing shots, it's a bit, well, it's not embarrassing for me, but for them, I'm
It's
sure.
embarrassing for them, yeah.
Yeah, it's embarrassing for them. But even if they do hit a lot of shots, it's always fun.
Again, I think there has been a serious oversaturation of certain killers as of late, which we haven't got to yet, but they're coming. So when I load into a game with a Deathslinger, I am quite happy. And they're not usually idiots. And they're usually nice. Because another thing we're factoring in here is how nice the killers are as well. There's strength, whether they're funny, whether they're toxic, or nice. And I don't really see toxic Deathslingers. So I'm prepared to say class. Pyramid Head.
Oh, Pyramid Head's sick. I think he should go in the GOAT tier.
The GOAT tier.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to verse. A lot of fun.
I'm trying to think of a counter argument.
Yeah, exactly. You can't because it's awesome.
I think with Pyramid Head, a lot of my excitement comes from the fact that I'm a Silent Hill fan. And he's just sick.
He's awesome.
Like, to look at everything, he's really cool. His power, that's fun. The cages, the trails of torment. You can blind him. Somehow you can flashlight blind him. It's possible. I'm prepared to put him in the GOAT.
Yeah, put him in the GOAT. He's good.
I think that's a lot higher than we put him last time. But again, you don't see him a lot.
The variety is good, so when you get these killers you barely ever see, it's always exciting.
Once a killer's been out for a while and you're not going against them every game, every other game, the ones that you do go against are usually quite good. They're usually the mains of the person playing. If one person's playing Pyramid Head, they must be alright.
You'd hope.
Blight.
Blight should go high as well.
I think high. I have had so many Blight games lately. He's won, like Plague lately, insane amount of Blight games, and I don't know why. I kind of know why. I get it, because he must be fun to play. He's got a kind of unique power, and I'm sure the people that play him are genuinely doing it for the love of the game. Blight's fun. I hauled a Blight the other day. It was beautiful. I've shown you the clip.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He's a lot of fun to verse. How high should he go, though?
Oh, I'm prepared to put him in Woo.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Woo it is.
I would be happy anywhere. You might hate me for my opinion on the next one.
Oh, yeah. I think I will, because I've got very strong opinions about her and him. Charlotte and Victor. The twins.
It.
Shit!
Her and it. Her and it.
Oh, her and it. What would you do with them?
Okay. I think we should put them at the top.
In
Now
the,
wait!
In the goat!
Now wait!
Okay.
Now wait! Because it is so funny to stomp on that little goon as much as possible during games against them.
Yeah.
It's so much. It's like a mini game. It's like a secondary objective, stomping him. That makes it so much fun. When we get into a game against twins, it's always funny. It's always such a good time. I used to hate them as well, but it's just silly now.
Yeah. Kicking Victor is the greatest joy you can have in this game.
Yep.
When I see the twins, I let out the biggest woo that I think any killer in this game could possibly receive. And I've been playing as the twins lately on my own time, and they're fun. It is a lot of fun to play as Victor, to soar through the air and get survivors, because it's always fun with killers where you actually control two things instead of one, because it's kind of like 2v8 in that you can almost coerce the survivors to go a certain direction. If Victor comes from one way, then Charlotte could come from the other, and you can really blindside people. People take the mick out of the twins, but I genuinely think they're a great killer. Where should I put them?
Put him at the top.
In the GOAT? Not top of Woo?
Nope. In the GOAT. Victor's the GOAT.
Victor is the GOAT. Yeah. Can we
Put
get
him in the
Victor
GOAT.
and
You
GOAT?
can't separate them.
I never, going into this recording, I never would have expected Pyramid Head and the twins to be in our GOAT tier. This is our Singularity
Look,
tier.
neither did I, but they've got to be up there.
The Trickster. I'm less annoyed by him than I used to be.
He's not boring.
No.
He's not boring.
I think we've set this up in a very clear-cut way, this tier list. Because he's not boring, and I wouldn't say he's class. By process of elimination...
I mean, it's alright. He is fun. He's fun to play against, but then you're never super excited about it.
No, and I play against a lot of Tricksters that don't really know how to play Trickster well. And that's disappointing in a DBD game. You don't want to load in against a killer that's not good at being that killer, because then you just think, oh, I've wasted my time. So what about Nemesis? Now, oh my god, I mentioned oversaturation. Every other game is a Nemesis game.
Do you not like him?
It's not that I don't like him. No, I do like him. But every other game at this point, are you not finding this? How many Nemesis games have we had?
No, we have versed him a lot recently. But I don't mind him.
So
I really like him.
much. I guess my argument here is a bit pointless because I don't dislike him. And despite the oversaturation, I still enjoy those games. There are some killers, if I was facing certain killers every other game, I'd be really, really annoyed. But no, Nemesis is just great. He holds up. The zombies... Remember when we faced that Nemesis that had super speed zombies?
Yeah, they had both speed add-ons and the zombies were running at us.
Yeah.
That was cool though.
It was cool. You spent the whole game running from zombies and I spent the whole game stood at a window because Nemesis was certain that you could get the hit.
I'd put him in Woo, personally.
I would have said class.
I really like it.
It's definitely between the two. Sure. Yeah, okay. I'll say Woo. Definitely. Because he is a lot of fun. Now, another one that I would say Woo to is Pinhead.
Ooh. I used to hate Pinhead. I don't anymore, though. I quite like versing him now. I wouldn't put him in Woo, though. I'd put him one lower.
One lower. In class.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm just a huge Hellraiser fan. I have one killer graphic for my channel, and it's a Pinhead capybara. And that was made so long before I first played him. And I played him some more the other day, and he is great fun to play as and to play against. He is just a favourite for me. He gets me excited. I just love it. Big Hellraiser fan. Big fan of this killer. Big Woo from me. Oh, we missed an opportunity with this tier list.
Why? What?
Let's start over.
No. What's the... What?
Why did we not do Boom or Doom?
Next time.
Rizzler will be pushing 10 the next time we do one of these. Alright, artist.
I'm going to make this quick. I mean, it's alright. Next. Artist is so middle of the road.
I had a hilarious game with the artist literally right before we started recording. I ran her for 5 gens, got a flashlight save right at the very end, opened the exit gates, and then I was just kind of stood with her at the entrance to the exit gate and she downed me with Noed. And she let me leave, bless her.
Oh, wow.
But she just wanted to show me that if she wanted to, she could.
I could have done it.
I get that vibe from a lot of artists that I play against, is that they are sort of respectful more so than a lot of the killers on this list.
That's fair. I'm shocked at how many people play her, because to me she's just pretty dull and hasn't really got much going on, but
She is quite
we
bog
seem to
standard.
verse her a lot.
But yeah, we do verse her a lot, and I've not had a toxic artist. I think they are few and far between in terms of people who play them, and I think the people who play them genuinely do it because they enjoy it and they want to have a good time, which is what we play the game for, and what more often than not we don't get.
95% of the time. If you want to put her in that's class, then
I want to put her in that class, yeah.
I won't accept any higher though.
Onryō, don't make me laugh. They tunnel.
Oh no.
They all tunnel. Find me an Onryō that doesn't tunnel. Fair play, maybe you will. Find me another one. Yeah. If you and your best friend are Onryō mains, and you don't tunnel, and they don't tunnel, one of you's lying.
One of you's lying, yeah.
They are such tunnelers. I don't get it. I don't get why. I genuinely, I do not. I haven't played as her. Her power seems fair. Maybe not. Maybe she needs a rework. Maybe that's why they tunnel, because her power's actually shit. But I don't know, because I haven't seen that side of the coin. And this tier list, as we've stated, is entirely based on our perspective playing against them. And my perspective playing against Onryō
Oh no, don't say it.
is that more often than not, Onryōs are a nightmare to deal with.
They don't stink, and they're not boring.
But I don't think they're Kurt Angle worthy.
Where are you wanting to put them?
She's not boring, she doesn't stink. She's alright.
Only just.
Dredge.
Oh, he's got to go at the top. We love our cosmic horror villains. He's so much fun to verse.
I used to struggle against him, but that's just because I used to suck. He is fun.
He's not difficult to verse at all.
No.
Like, considering he can teleport anywhere on the map, more or less, and he can just deny you loops with his, little void, teleport thing. I don't know what it's called. He seems pretty balanced. I never verse him and think, oh, this guy's OP, or...
Yeah.
And then turning the map pitch black. Oh, that's so cool. That's like this game to a T. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to find it tricky to counter that.
Where they going then?
Oh,
Go.
no, he's going in the go. Yeah, he's going
They got
there,
it,
man.
there they go. They gotta go in there.
Yeah.
Same with the next one, right?
I'm adding the Doom tier.
No. Wesker's cool. He's cool.
Wesker's... I've been having better experiences with them lately.
There you go then.
However, I still think the reason people play as him is because he is hot. I said that last video, and I had a bunch of comments of people saying, yeah, you're right. So I feel validated. I feel that is a correct statement. Just the thought of that. So I get slammed against a wall, I'm thinking, oh, you're getting off to this.
Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm not getting off to it. Unless I'm playing Sable. It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'd like to put him in the top half, but if you're hating on him, where would you put him?
I have always been of the opinion that he's boring.
Damn.
I load into a game with a Wesker and it's just like, oh, here we go. I see him on the other side of the map. I'm like, yeah, let me just start my stopwatch. Yeah, 0.2 seconds and he's got me in a chokehold. Cool. Not a lot you can do to counter him. I mean, yeah, there is. Like, you can sort of dodge his attacks, but he's got two charges, I believe.
It's pretty easy to dodge.
It is easy to dodge. I did say this last time, that I don't think I'm good enough. And I think that is a large part of why I dislike him so much. But more recently, I've got better at versing him. But still, it's a strong, strong power. And another reason this frustrates me is because no one wants to talk about it. Everyone's like, oh, so-and-so needs a rework. Wesker just slips under the radar. I bet I could load into a game as Wesker right now and get my first 4K as him. Do you know what? I guarantee it. Might I add, perkless.
Good luck.
But if I've done that, I need all of you to comment below, fair play. Just that, just fair play. If you like, I was wrong. There you go.
Well, Legion's looking lonely there, so that's fine.
I was willing to raise him a little bit, because as I've said, I do think it's largely to do with me, but Legion does look quite lonely.
I wouldn't put him higher than alright anyway, so...
Yeah. And I have the same thoughts when I load into a Legion game as when I load into a Weta game of just like, oh, yeah. Here we go, I know how this is going, so there he goes.
Knight.
I know you like him.
I like the Knight.
You've defended him since day one.
Oh my god, yeah, because people were saying, oh, he's so OP. Oh, he's so broken. Bro, just, like, don't run away. I'd put him in that class. Because,
Really?
Yeah, no higher than that, though. I like him, but not that much.
I know we've done the tiers differently to last year, but I think you put him higher last year.
I might
So that's an interesting development. But we'll compare at the end, we'll see. Skull Merchant. Okay, I'm about to piss a lot of people off. Have you still got DBD open?
No.
I'll show you in a minute.
Are you showing me the new skin that she's got?
Yeah,
I've already seen it. That's not going to stop me from saying that she's boring as fuck.
she's not boring.
She is.
She's not. How can you be bored? You play against her like once every 2 months, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And even still,
No.
it's boring.
Nuh-uh. When I hit you with a nuh-uh, how are you going to counter that?
No, destroyed.
She's not boring.
Yeah, why?
Because she's not. That's all I got.
Great point. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I played as her, and she was, dare I say it, fun.
Playing against her, though.
It's tricky, this, because there's a bandwagon. I'm not calling you a sheep.
I'm happy to say that it's the most common opinion is that she's boring, and it's because she is. All she has in chase, she's an M1 killer. That's it.
Nuh-uh.
And then her whole and then her whole power is just putting some drones around, and the drones don't move, and you can just stay out of the areas of them, or go into the areas and just deactivate them.
Do you think it's because you haven't played against a good Skull Merchant?
No,
Do you think it's because you haven't played against me?
no, because it's still boring.
She's
just an M1 killer, and the drones don't add enough to make it.
She's a breath of fresh air. She's a little flash of light in this dark, dark world.
Shut up. Yeah, okay, so looking at that tile, alright, that you've now clicked on and is in your search history, by a channel called Skull Merchant HQ,
I just need you to see it.
and all of the comments are just, I screamed, I bought it immediately, it's so hot. What did that say? Sexy ass Skull Merchant skin, definitely picked that up, 100 emoji. Exactly, and this is your crowd, just so you know, this is your people. This is who you stand with. Dog, I need $5. One of those comments was. God's sake.
Neo, be for real.
I'm not arguing with you.
Roll the clip, roll the Mori. Let's see the skin on screen. It's the Lunar New Year skin. This is my argument for why Skull Merchant is the GOAT. The GOAT!
Yeah, but playing against her is boring.
No. How can you be bored?
Because she's an M1 killer. She's an M1 killer with a fat ass. That's like your argument for why she should be higher.
Charlotte's an M1 killer with a fat little rodent.
Yeah, exactly. And that's more interesting.
Would you rather have a fit killer with arse or Victor?
I'd rather have a killer that's interesting to play against.
But you can have both. You can have just put them in.
I can't have both. You can't have both because Skull Merchant's boring as hell!
Ultimately, it is my decision. No, I can't put her in the GOAT because I just don't think that's true. But I have a newfound appreciation for her having played as her. If you want her to be boring, I'ma just say right now, yeah, fine.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this next one. That's why he's the GOAT! That's why he's the GOAT! Easy choice.
We might as well
He's
just
so
rename
cool.
it Singularity tier. We were onto something originally, and you know what? We'd only played against him like once when that first tier list came out.
And now we haven't, and we were still correct. Because he's sick.
We're completely right. I have nothing else to say about him. He's goated. He's brilliant. He's so fun. His glob. Fuck it up. Me and Ollie did a whole video on getting his glob off. Do you spit or swallow the glob?
I don't know, it depends on the day, it depends how I'm feeling.
There's a glob right here.
There it is, get it. I think it's still there. Is it like temporarily disabled or is it dead?
I think for a moment the Singularity has post-glob clarity, and then like...
Post-glob
After a few minutes, he can glob again.
Do you believe in Glob?
Yeah, he's just fun. He's just fun. And he's cute in a weird way.
Let me stop you right there.
In the way that, like, a dog's cute.
Let me stop you right there
No,
as well.
You could call dogs cute. I'm not going to shag a dog.
No, not because of that. Because you just compared some horrific mutant cyborg lab-grown freak with a Shiba.
Yeah, but it's personality, and that's what we're basing it off.
You could compare him to like a Chihuahua with like bulged out eyes that's angry at everything.
But he's not. That's not what he's like personality-wise. He is just like a little Labrador. You know
He
how...
wants to kill everything.
Yeah, oh, right. You know when women are just whipped in relationships, and they're like, oh, my boyfriend's a golden retriever, and
Oh yeah.
it's this spotty, veiny freak.
And it's the Singularity.
And the boyfriend is the Singularity, yeah.
Okay.
That's... Do you see what I mean? He's cute. In the way that the Anomalocaris is quite...
True. You know what? Yeah, you know, you've won me over there.
The Anomalocaris is such a charming little animal.
Gone too soon.
Gone too soon. And I look at Singularity, and I think
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
he's one of God's accidents, but there's something quite nice and quite kind in those eyes. Those bulbous red eyes. Xenomorph. We previously put Alien in Smiley Face.
They're still very strong, but now that we kind of know what they're like to verse more, I think we've played against them a lot more since the last tier list. I'd put them up to woo, because games against them are really fun.
They are a hard,
They're always fun.
hard woo. We just have such fun playing against them. Like, there's not much more to my argument than that. But, like, does there have to be? We had a hilarious game the other day, didn't we?
Yes, yeah, that was sick. Yeah, it was so cool.
Ripley Rain and the Alien Queen. I just really loved the Xenomorph. Just seeing the Xenomorph, the style, and just everything. You actually said in that Alien game from the Chaos Shuffle video, it feels like I'm playing Alien Isolation.
Yeah, it actually, yeah. I think they're deserving of that tier.
So Chucky's next, and at the time of recording the first tier list, he was brand new.
I'm still excited to see him. He's still fun in games. You don't really see him much.
And I wouldn't call him a woo. I'm actually between that's class and it's alright.
I'd say that's class, just because you can get into some funny games with him. Some funny chases.
Yeah, he is quite silly. Chucky players have been known to give up, in my experience.
Got to the clip of us slapping him.
So yeah, Chucky's, I don't know, they're doing their best, which sometimes is not enough. It's not easy being the smallest killer, but they're also the only killer in third person, I believe. So yeah, Chucky is very, very fun to play as, quite fun to play against, but he's not a woo. Chucky players, I don't have much to say about you. I feel like there are a lot of killers on this list where I've sort of skipped the grilling the actual player rather than assessing the killer.
Look, some killers deserve it more than others.
Okay, so it's the unknown. When the first tier list released, he joined Singularity in the Singularity tier, entirely based off games that we'd watched. Was that right? Because I didn't have a PC back then.
Yeah, we hadn't even played against him. It was a pure prediction that he'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And we were right.
And then we played against him. I played as him. Had a lot of fun. I haven't played as him much since then, but I've got big plans. I got plans I can't reveal to you right now because the haters will try and stop me. He's just such a sick character. So fun. And I'm biased because he came with the goated survivor. That is Sable. I'm joking. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
What? Yeah, right.
No, I just thought, what if I didn't say anything? I don't really have an argument. Sable's fit. This is a reason we might need to revisit the Survivor tier list at some point as well. Sables suck. I've never played with a good Sable. I'm the best Sable I know, and that's not a brag.
That's brutal. All the sucking off, you bloody giver.
Nah, she's fit, but like that's why everyone picks her.
That's why you pick her.
Yeah, but I'm good at the game. There's a very big difference. Anyway, we're not talking about Sable. We're talking about the unknown. I am quite biased as well, though, because I've always backed Michaela since she came into the game. She's been my main survivor. And the unknown is tapped into her lore. And so is Sable. Sable is tapped into her lore. So I feel like I have a justification for why I favour the whole Michaela, Sable, unknown triangle. I say that like it's a love triangle. I'm sure there are videos like that on the internet. Let's look now, shall we?
Acted as if you've not looked it up before.
Well, no, here's the thing. So
Unknown's the GOAT. He still deserves to be at the top.
Unknown is so great. I love him. Keep him up there. Do you know, I'm shocked we haven't had more killers in the Kurt Angle tier.
Look how positive we are. All right.
I know. That's so boring. And I don't think it's going to turn around with these last three either. Vecna.
What's this guy called? The Lich.
The Lich, yeah. I've had a lot of Lich games recently. I finally, for the first time ever, rolled a 20 yesterday, and I got the Eye of Vecna.
Oh, I think I did that like the second game that we played against him.
You did, and I've held that grudge ever since. I've never done it, and I did it yesterday. I wanted the other one that makes you teleport, but I got the one that makes you go invisible, and oh, it was fun. Chases were fun, because how do you counter that? It's like, oh, they're invisible. Cool. Vecna is fun. He's got so many abilities, but he's not overly strong. He's weirdly balanced for someone with like 4 powers.
50. He's got like 50 powers, and yet he's still not annoying, really.
I have fun.
Yeah.
And I get excited when I get into a game with him. But do I say woo? Or do I say, oh, let's go, that's class?
I think the latter.
Class?
Yep.
Class feels right. Dracula. What are we saying? I should mention as well, this is completely new territory. People are going to be coming to this video for the killers that weren't out when the last one was released.
I don't know, he's cool enough, but I mean his firepower is just the same as Pyramid Head's. The bat is kind of cool. Getting chased by a dog, but you know it's someone who's turned into a dog is a bit silly.
It is, but I separate them in my head. I forget that the dog is Dracula.
Yeah, so when you're booping him, you're just like booping like a guy.
But yeah, I do separate the two, so I enjoy petting the dog. It's very fun. And there's humour there, and there's personality. I've not really encountered toxic Draculas. That was a straight out lie. I absolutely have. But I've not encountered toxic Draculas who play as the dog. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Damn.
I've seen Draculas be toxic in their human form. The second the dog comes out, it's a different story. They're doing nods and spinning in circles. I love them. Dracula won't let you go if you're the last one remaining. The dog will. And that's something to think about.
I'd probably put them in the middle, but also because they're so new, it's still quite fresh to verse them. So I'd probably put them up one just for that.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, and I'm still high off of the game where he chased me the entire time. And I absolutely mogged him.
I would make a counter argument of recency bias, but one more recent than him, the Houndmaster, our final killer.
Boring.
Yeah.
It's Deathslinger, except instead of a harpoon gun, it's a dog. That is it. Tell me otherwise.
The dog power, it's so weird because you can tell where they've like picked and chose from other killers. There doesn't seem to be a lot of originality in the recent killers, and maybe they're saving it. Maybe they're saving all the cool ideas for like FNAF and Friday the 13th when they get them.
Yeah, who have we got this year?
We've got FNAF in like June or July. We've got Friday the 13th, supposedly. There's someone else big, I think. Like, it's going to be a great year all told, so maybe they've kind of been putting more focus on those.
Yeah, I think they've just kind of... This one was just to, like, put a killer out and be done with it, is what it feels like to me.
Yeah, it does feel like it's there to sort of bridge the gap. I don't think a lot of people are going to main the Houndmaster, really.
No, I can't see that happening.
There are elements of Wesker, as the dog lunges once and then it can turn and it can lunge again. There are elements of Pinhead, because when the dog has you, it's like when the chains have you, which is Pinhead's entire power.
Yeah, I'd say boring. Boring or alright.
Boring or alright? I mean, I'm not bored, because since PTB, we have had one game with her. And honestly, the reason why this tier list is so redundant is because if I loaded into a game with her now, I'd go, woo! But just because I don't see her ever. And I don't think that's likely to change. But I don't think she's boring. I think it's alright. Bring on FNAF. So, somehow, we've made it to the end of this tier list. Volume 3, coming...
next week.
I was going to say 2026, but I'm sure when views are down and FNAFs come out, I'm going to want to do another one of these very soon.
Make it a yearly thing.
Yearly feels appropriate. Let's just conclude by comparing.
Yeah, who changed the most? I'm sure there's some that have, like, completely flipped. Oh, Spirit! Oh, wow!
Oh, wow.
It's Spirit.
Spirit has gone from sad face all the way up to woo.
Wow, that shows growth. There's a few more that are higher up, but really, it's looking the kind of same distribution.
Skull Merchant, I should have fought harder. I don't care, I'm past caring. Put her up there.
Oh, no! Other than that, though, I mean, fairly consistent, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with how this is looking until next year, of course. Right, quick fire round. Boom or doom? Trapper.
Trapper. Boom!
Boom!
Wraith. Boom!
Boom!
Hillbilly. Boom!
Boom!
Nurse. Boom!
Boom!
Michael. Boom!
Boom!
Hag. Boom!
Boom!
Doc. Boom!
Boom!
Huntress. Boom!
Boom!
Bubba. Doom!
Doom!
Freddy. Boom!
Boom!
Pig. Boom!
Boom!
Clown. Doom!
Doom!
Spirit. Boom!
Boom!
Legion. Doom! Plague. Doom! Ghostface. Fucking Doom! Ah! Hate him. Demogorgon. Boom! Oni. Boom! Deathslinger. Boom! Pyramid Man. Boom!
Pyramid Man.
Blight. Boom!
Boom!
Twins. Double boom!
Boom!
Trickster. Boom!
Boom! Really?
Nemesis. Boom!
Boom!
Cenobite. Boom!
Boom!
Bird Lady. Boom!
Boom!
Ringu. Boom!
Boom! Okay.
Dredge. Boom!
Boom!
Wesker. Boom! Knight. Boom!
Boom!
What's her name? Okay. Singularity. Boom! Alien. Boom! Chucky. Boom! Unknown. Boom! Vecna. Boom! Dracula. Boom! Houndmaster. Doom!
Oh, okay.
There we go.